I know what I want, and if you can't give it to me, that's the door, man. You can leave. That's how some of you will miss your destiny helpers because you think they are using iPhone. All you just need is a generous man. Ice watches in your face, fast cars. All you will do is sit in the front seat of that car with your sponge feet. They absolutely do not care about the food. We see banners where you're like, maybe this is light rain. Eat that man. Leave you.
Those are taxes to get it.
Period. When I saw you, I just knew you were my wife. And you're going to be eating it all up. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Janet and I'm here with my friend Faith. Today's video is very juicy. I picked out some scenarios and some questions that we're going to be answering. Before I start, you can see that we're holding our wine glasses. So you go get yours. You need to be a little bit tipsy to have a conversation like this. So go get yours and don't be that grumpy person watching this video. Go get yours, get tipsy so we can have fun. Starting off strong, the first question is, Faith, what are your thoughts on a man that does not stay in a relationship?
Really a strong one. As much as possible, I don't want to see things from my own perspective.
No, babes, you have to see it from your own perspective. Like, everyone is entitled to their own opinions, right?
Okay.
So you just say what you feel. Like, if a man were to walk up to you right now, you guys start to feel each other and somehow you're in a relationship, and he happens to be a man that does not spend, what are your thoughts on that?
But personally, I'm an overthinker, so I would have gone far and beyond with my thoughts. I personally think it's either, first off, the person doesn't think you're worth being spent on, or perhaps maybe the person doesn't have much. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And thirdly, the person is not really good at communicating. Because these things are very important. When you communicate, oh, I'm not so buoyant about that. The person will understand, like, okay, this is our position, this is where we stand. Not being entitled, but it's just
like the girl not being entitled.
Yes, but it's just like a way of giving. Is just like showing love. Another love language. It's necessary.
If a man cares about you, then a providers by nature. Let's not beat around the bush. If that man does care about you, he's going to be spending on you. They want to lead. They want to make you feel like I can provide for you. I can take care of you. If he's not spending, I hate to break it to you really, but he just does not like you. There's also certain like scenarios, maybe he doesn't have enough. That's a whole different ballgame. But even if he doesn't, right? You know those kind of scenarios where you see you're complaining about this, you're complaining about that. He's just being like, so what are you going to do now? Someone that does care you is going to be taking moves one way or the other. It shouldn't be like you just dumping all your problems on a man. Even on your own, you should be good. You should have something going for yourself. But then, like, if you're coming into my life, you need to add value to what I already have going on.
They say it's not a man must not necessarily be so rich, and being a giver does not mean you have a lot.
All you just need to watch out for is a generous man. Exactly. These men will be flashing ice watches in your face, fast cars, luxury mansions and the rest. Exactly. All you would do is sit in the front seat of that car with your sponge feet. But yeah, who do you think your loyalty should be with if your friend and a man falls out? And maybe you had kind of like a friendship, I wouldn't say really friendship, but like closeness, you know, you guys were cordial to an extent. And then how would you feel if you realize that your friend is dating your ex-boyfriend?
Let's take the first one.
Alright.
In time past, I've learned not to pick sides, right? In this type of situations, I would advise you sit on the fence, but with wisdom. So you don't make it obvious that, oh, I'm not picking sides, and you don't make it obvious that I'm picking sides. So
okay, how do you do that? Don't be sneaky.
Well, you're just, being diplomatic. So when you're with your friend, you just tell her, I understand the situation. You try not to blame, the guy with her, right? Just try to make her see the light, like this happened, this for the best, just try and move on, blah blah blah. And when you're with the guy, you try to tell him this also happened, just move on. So you're not picking sides, you're just sitting on the fence.
But whose loyalty, like who are you staying friends with? Because at the end of the day, you can't start two masters. You're gonna have to pick one. That's really just how it is.
Well, for friendship's sake, I may not be too closed up with the guy anymore since my friend is not. But just hi, being polite is nice, but I think I'll just stick with my friend.
I would also stick with my friend because, listen, if I'm dating a guy, you have no business being friends with that guy. And then we broke up and you guys are still friends.
That's disrespect, actually.
Nah.
Cliche.
So what about the next one? How would you feel if you realize that your friend is dating your ex-boyfriend?
I'm going to feel weird, like icky.
It's weird, bro. It's really
But
weird.
I'm still going to let them live their life. If they've left the past, let the past be.
I want problems!
If you want to date him, then you don't know where her happiness will come from. So it could just be from him. And they might actually be meant for each other. But at first, it's going to be
Don't
weird.
let your friend stop you from meeting your husband. Like,
Exactly.
listen, if I left that man, it was for a reason. Because I love you, I don't want you dealing with a bum-ass nigga. That's why I left him. It might have been the wrong person for you, but it might be the right person for your friend. So if I really deep it and I understand the kind of dynamic that their relationship is operating on, I might let it happen. It depends. If the breakup with the ex was a very rough and the ex was a really dirty person, and I know that person is no good, I'm standing on business for me and my friend. You're not dealing with that man. But if for some reason, maybe if I look deeper on a deeper level, I might understand that.
Toxic relationships. But I feel there are so many definitions to that. Most people are actually in a very subtle toxic relationships and they don't actually know.
You don't know.
We think that it's the loud ones or toxic relationships. Our relationship with
Extra drama.
Yeah, manipulated people, trust me, narcissistic people.
So basically, how can you leave? Because I feel like we as girls, we be wanting to see how red the flags can get. Like you're seeing banners, but you're like, maybe this is light red. This is a
It could
blood
be my
red.
favorite color.
How can you tell yourself, you know what, this is my last straw, I need to get out of it? Because sometimes toxic relationships can also lead to, like, you know, the guys hitting the girl, not being mentally stable. It's really something that bothers on your mental health if you don't take it serious enough.
But it's not always easy. It's not always easy. First off, like I said, some people are in toxic relationships and they don't know. Now, those type of people might not have been loved right in the past. They don't know how or what real love feels like. And experiencing toxic relationship, they feel like this is the best I can get. Whenever something like this happens, they just feel like, oh, it's normal, you know, we can always fix it. But first off, recognize these things are not normal. It's not the way he speaks to me. He could talk to you and come back and say, oh, you made me do it.
That's always
Take responsibility for your actions, bro. And then you have to apologize for he hurting you.
These people think it's normal because they want drama. They love the drama.
No,
Like,
that is another topic on
type
its own.
of
Some
toxic,
people
right?
crave toxic, like they live for it.
Yeah.
They live for it. They feel like being in a cool relationship with a normal
boring.
guy is boring. They just want that drama, that falls and fight.
And it's just like what you said, it boils down to certain traumas that you don't even know you have.
Yeah.
Because it's not normal for you to crave situations that makes you want to shout. You're cool for like 2 days, you're fighting for the next 5 days of the week. It's not normal. There's nothing like healthy relationships.
And you're like 2-3 times I'm out of the door. Like, I don't have strength.
So there are certain situations that might lead to a heated argument. It's when it's like the norms now. That's when you need to know, okay, something is wrong here. I feel like for me, what you need to do is just keep thinking about the bad. Because you're always going to be wanting to say, I think I pissed him off though. I actually, sometimes the way I talk is not good. Me say if I know. No babes, there's no reason why it's always fight. You're always arguing and it's on stupid and baseless things. And anytime you feel you miss this person, just think about how many times that person hurt you and just made you feel worthless and like less of a person. Because let me tell you, let me tell you, don't think if I leave this person, where am I going to find another person? They are out there. You just have to have it at the back of your mind that I do deserve better and I'm going to get better.
Yeah.
Leave that man. Leave you. Love bombing. I think it also kind of borders on toxic relationships because that is the start of a toxic relationship. But you don't know. All you're seeing is the 20 missed calls and you're like, oh
yeah, that's
this man
freaky.
loves me so much.
It's giving stalker.
Low-key, yeah.
The moment you see the person, you're already expressing how you can't live without the person. You can't live without me. You lived without me yesterday before you met me. So I once met somebody who, let's say, love bombed me, kind of.
Yeah.
And at first he just went on, I would like to marry you, I would like to do this, do that. But I felt happy, like, oh my god, you know, this person is into me and all that. We started talking and I realized this person is self-consumed, self-centered, everything.
Oh my god, that's
about
like,
what you want. Have a conversation with me. Ask me what I want.
How do you see us working?
Exactly. What do you even want in a relationship, in life? What do you want right now? those type of things are things you should be hearing from the guy before he jumps into I want to marry you. Sometimes those are tactics to get laid.
Period. I was going to say this to these guys because it's not all guys, but basically these guys will meet you today, tomorrow. Listen, when I saw you, I just knew you were my wife. You call now, the next 30 minutes, they are calling, I just missed you. And you're going to be eating it all up. You'll be like, wow, I think I might have found the one. Ladies, that's what we want. We want the attention. We want the love. We want to be seen. And when someone is giving us all of that, there's no way you're not going to fall for it and be like, okay, I found my man. But for him, it's all just like cruise. It's all just vibes. After he pulls you in with all of that attention, you're now going to be the one that's like constantly reaching out. But it was the one doing that at first. Let me tell you, men, they are programmed to chase. You are supposed to be the one attracting. You're not the one chasing. Once you just tell yourself, you know what, I'm better than this, you need to be willing to let go of these men. Like, let them know that without you, I'm good. I know what I want, and if you can't give it to me, that's the door, man. You can leave, and I'm not going to compromise on nothing just because you gave me 2 weeks of attention, love, and care. You're not going to maintain it. You can stay at the door, please.
Then it's obviously pretense.
And don't block the way when my man is coming, when my real man that God brought for me is coming. Because, baby, it's not you. Be on guard. These men, be on guard. Living in Lagos, likes, dislikes. Some people will say Lagos is overhyped. If you look at the price of rent, ridiculously expensive, but everyone still wants to come to Lagos for some reason. You know, what's that special thing that everyone is running to Lagos for? What do you think about all that?
Lagos is actually one of the most beautiful cities when it comes to dreams, businesses, everything. Opportunity is very important. It's Lagos. I've seen people leave other states that are so lovely and beautiful and come down to Lagos, you know, but like talking about people living with flashy life, being involved in the whole trending. Well, I think it's all in the package of being a Lagosian. You know, it is. It's just like that. Yeah, you're not.
And you don't classify as the real Lagosian. You know what I want? Sorry. You know what I want to say is I hate the fact that you have to be somewhat a little bit crazy to actually survive in Lagos. You have to be constantly be looking over your shoulder. Who's trying to use me? Who's trying to scam me? It's either you're getting used or you're doing the using. It's either someone is trying to scam you or you're doing the scamming.
You know, talking about this, I feel like it is actually what has shaped us into being the people that we are, whether outside of Nigeria and outside of Lagos too. Let's just say, okay, within Nigeria, you go to other states and then you have conversations and people be like, are you from Lagos? They just know that this is you know, the trademark of Lagosians. And when you go out, it also helps.
And that little bit of craziness
and creativity. Like I said, it has its, you know, bad sides and good sides because everybody's angry in Lagos.
What's there to laugh about? Why would they be angry?
Well, all those energy, those adrenaline, it shapes us. We're not shy people, we're not people that are hiding behind curtains. It's the city that has actually built us to that point. You're jumping down from downfall and then the conductor is trying to hold your change and you're showing some little craziness. That's the vibe of Lagos, you know.
On this topic of Lagos, we're going to talk about profiling. When I say profiling, I mean you walk into a room and the first thing they're like doing is sizing you up and down. Like, is this person worth my time? Is this person worth my attention? Let me look at the phone this person is using. Let me look at the hair this person is rocking. Let me look at the shoes, the bracelet. You know, if you don't have Van Cleef or something like that, are you worth my attention? And I feel like this isn't even just about Lagos now. I feel like in this part of the world, we relate affluence to baseless and dumb things. If you're using the latest iPhone, they're going to look at you and think, oh, you have money. And you probably have £0 in your account. That's how some of you will miss your destiny helpers because you think they are not using an iPhone, they're using Android. You need to wear all the good things you have in your house if you want to be taken seriously. You don't want to look like you have money, you want to actually have the money. The restaurants here in Lagos, what they are selling is actually the aesthetic. They absolutely do not care about the food. And once the place is nice, they're going to tell you right from the door, how much are you spending? If it's not up to 100k, 50k, you can turn around and leave. Especially when you see that it's just girls. They feel like girls will not spend. If you're here to take pictures, you need to spend.
Aesthetics and beautiful, settings. Restaurants are very, very nice and strategic.
Of course,
very business strategies. You know. Then again, if you have a beautiful environment, why is the food not as beautiful as the environment?
It is. It should be 50-50. I mean, the looks do matter, right? But we're also coming for the food. I mean, most people aren't coming for the food.
As long as it's not a photo studio, you know, it's a restaurant, the food has to be on point too. And taking pictures and posting is also going to help your restaurant. So
that's more customers. Like, is your brain not braining on that? Like, I really don't understand. First of all, are you an introvert or an extrovert?
So I'm in between, an ambivert.
I'm also an ambivert. I feel I like to say that I am, but I feel like I'm leaning more into introvert. I'm in a new place, right? I like to just scan my environment first and observe before actually warming up to it, right? Who's my person here? Are they really going to understand the kind of person I am? Yeah. Well, I guess I am. If I do get to loosen up, I'm such a vibe. Like, I'm a vibe. If I do say so myself, you would literally be telling me type down.
For me, being an ambivert is a struggle. Actually, I keep telling people, for those who don't know, it's just like we crave balance,
and
right?
in between.
And it comes to the mood. Sometimes we want to be out there, go to concerts, go to restaurants, be all out and see humans. And sometimes we just want to be indoors. I could actually be indoors for like months, and all I have to do is just go to work, come back, and still remain indoors. No events. If anybody invites me, I'll just turn it down because I don't feel like it. Right?
You don't feel like interacting with humans.
Yeah, so that's the struggle. And sometimes people actually want you to come through this time around, but I really am back into my shell. I do not want to be out there. You have people around you that understand that, okay, this person is not just pretending. This person is not just trying to sly us or whatnot. That's fine.
She's just in a mood right now.
Exactly.
Just give her
some other time. Because they know that if you turn up, the days that you're very high, if you turn up
and your energy is right, you cannot just stay on your own all the time. That's so unhealthy, and it would drag you down a severe and deadly road of depression. So you need to know when to just like balance it out, and it will help to have people that understand you in your corner.
And some people would suggest things related to the mood that you are in. For example, when I don't feel like going out to party or going to concerts or restaurants and all that, my friends would just be like, okay, should we do movies, like indoor movies? That period, I would enjoy. Or should I just come around and we would just be sitting on the couch, not doing anything? Everybody convey to my house, we'll buy snacks, we'll see a movie together. And it's an amazing time.
You can't do this like thing alone. You do need people around you.
You can't always be outside. You need to just withdraw a little. Some people can't stay alone. They always create people around them every now and then.
And that's why we're different people. What do you think your biggest ick in men is?
Acknowledge that it's difficult for men.
It can be anything. It's just your ick. It's just something that
exactly. But these men that do not communicate their feelings. It's not you're frustrating the other person by not talking.
Those are just emotionally unavailable persons. And I feel like a man that cannot communicate his feelings is just emotionally unintelligent.
It could be
because
also
you're not communicating your feelings. If you're emotionally intelligent, you understand that what I'm doing right now is hurting the other person. Just a little hint of what is going on. Not just going off the radar and expecting me to understand.
100%.
I'm a man. I don't talk about my feelings.
100%. But then again, going back to the back end, you realize there are lots of people that they don't understand emotional intelligence. They were not taught. They don't know. They've not learned. So they're just going through life like, oh, let's date, let's be in a relationship.
And that's how a relationship brings two people from different backgrounds. If you're really willing to work on things, you would actually help that person be better.
True.
And also that person could help you be better, because no one is an island of knowledge. There's definitely going to be things you're doing wrong, and you need someone else to point these mistakes out for you. It shouldn't be like this. You can do better than this.
These guys do better.
This meta stuff they just did on WhatsApp. Anytime I have any issues or anything, I'll type it there.
That's the
first thing they will say is communicate. But they will list out all those things. But communication would definitely come in and fall into every options they would give. Communicate. Because one thing about me, I feel like we're adults, we're all adults. If you're doing something wrong, if you're doing something that doesn't make sense, I feel like you just want to be like, no, this person knows. You know what you're doing isn't right. So if you're continuously doing this, that means you just want to continuously be doing it. So I'm not even going to bother with you. But you still need to communicate.
Men that listen. For example, you're talking, the communication that is happening. For the guy to be able to listen. Some people just be listening to you, finish talking and want to attack. Like they don't want to listen to understand.
They're only picking out the wrong things.
Out like, oh, what did I listen to you the other day? Okay, this other thing. And when you're done talking, they'll be like, okay, why did you? They've extended the conversation and it has turned to quarrel.
Something as simple as, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I didn't realize this is what I was doing. I will do better. Period.
Simple. Life is simple actually. Very, very good. Once I complicate things.
That's why we're humans. Mine would just be sassy men, because I feel like the men of nowadays are just sassy. They want to be in their princess era.
They want to be changed.
They want to be changed. They want to be men that will be telling you it's 50-50. I miss when men would go to war. I miss when men would go out to the forest with hunt. I miss when men knew it was their work to provide for the family. But the men of today,
they want to just relax and be taken care of. It could be also the change in time, change in civilization and all that.
Yeah. And you could know from their parents the way they are so keen on. It's always the fine boys, the fine boy. No, you can be fine and you know you're fine, but you will still know that I'm a man and I should act like a man.
0.0111% of them
right,
that
way. Right. Thank you so much for coming to my little
Thank you for having me.
I really enjoyed making this video. I might make more of these because I did enjoy doing this too. It was nice. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it till the end, did I shake your tail? Oh yeah, sorry. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't, all that good jazz. I'll catch you on my next video. Cheers, babes.
Cheers.
Bye.